Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Definitely long time no see, but with good reason. It's not like I was just bailing out and not wanting to create content or anything like that, but I've I've been busy. I've been up to things. Life has been lifing. So, yeah. But to start off with, I wanted to kind of create maybe a series where it's definitely more low key, a series where I just kind of I don't know, just talk about stuff while maybe something cozy is playing in the background, whether it be like Stardew or just some sort of game that's not super actiony and very intense, nothing horror related or anything. Just something where I can kind of talk in the background and viewers can either watch the gameplay or just listen to what I'm talking about in that moment or both. And I'm thinking of calling the series cozy little chat, cozy little chats, something like that. I'll decide and you'll know exactly what it's called once the video is posted. Whatever that title says is what I came up with. So, yeah. In this series, I plan to maybe just talk about either like updates for the channel or like content creation, like what I plan on doing, or maybe life events, something that's happened to me, funny stories. I don't know if it'll be ever anything educational. I don't know about that. I don't know what I can teach people. I've had enough education in my life. But that's the plan. And I don't know how often I will upload these, but I hope to do so regularly. And if anyone has any ideas as to any topics that I can cover or talk about, I am definitely open to those ideas. So just let me know, comment down below or something. So, what have I been up to? Like I said earlier, the break was definitely mandatory. Like I said, I wasn't bailing out on you guys, and I wasn't tired of creating content or anything like that, but life was life. And so, first things first, the main reason I took a mini break was because I got a new job. And so while I am training for that job, I didn't want to have the stress of uploading regularly. So I decided just to take a break, focus on the new job. And then once I am used to that job, then I can start slowly incorporating content back in. The second reason I have also been gone, which I probably could have started back earlier, but I don't know if you can tell, but I have been sick. If I sound kind of funny, that's because I am partially congested. I am definitely over the hump of whatever I had. It was some sort of like upper respiratory issue going on. I don't know what it was. I don't know. Long story short, nose gunk, sinus pressure, sore throat, that sort of thing. So every day I have been taking Dayquil on the exact time it is due and I can have another dose. I was drinking that stuff. It was disgusting. I mean, I know it's honey flavored. That is probably the best flavor, but still, it's medicine. I can taste the medicine. I was dying. My taste buds were dying, along with me. So, there's that. So, like I said, I'm over the hump on that. I think I'm okay. I'm hanging in there. But I can actually breathe now, so I'm very thankful. Oh, and just came to my mind, I also plan on transferring units in my current apartment complex. So around the end of June, beginning of July, there might also be another break. If you see me MIA, that is because I am packing up my stuff and moving units. And so obviously I'm going to have to set up all of my computer stuff again in my game room and all of that. So am I excited for that actual portion? No. Because of all the cords that are involved. Like in general, when you think about moving, well, when I do, I'm like, oh, it's easy. You just pack up your stuff and move it. The hardest part is actually the weight, of carrying stuff. But then no, it's actually the aftermath, I think, is when you actually get to where you're going and you start putting stuff back together or back, where they should be or where they go. That is what wears me out. And so when I move, there are things that I leave just out because I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. And it just sits there for like 6 months, right? And I'm like, I've never opened that since I moved. Like, I don't even know what that is in that box. I don't know. I just chose not to open it. That's going to be me. But I will try to get the game room put together and like all of the living areas. The worst room is probably going to be my bedroom, if I'm just being honest, because it's only me in there anyway. So I get to see all the junk, you know? And like what worries me, okay, I won't say worries me, but what I'm dreading is if anyone has seen my streams or seen me on TikTok, like when I talk about my game room, I have this partial grass wall. That well, actually, I guess it won't be that bad. It shouldn't be that bad because the panels are all attached with zip. Well, some of them are zip tied and then some of them just kind of clasp. I think what's going to be annoying is setting up the curtains that are behind it on the walls again and screwing them in. The hardest part, honestly, is going to be picking that thing up because it looks like it should be pretty lightweight, right? Trust me, it's not, okay? That thing is heavy because it's just like a big heavy sheet that you're trying to balance and pull up with all your strength. Maybe, I guess, maybe if I work out and get some better biceps before, you know, I do all this, I'll be fine. But like trying to pull that up while you're on top of a ladder and then nailing or screwing it into the wall, that's going to be annoying. I can already tell. So, I mean, I guess as far as like what else I've been up to, I've just been, I mean, besides working, I've just been chilling. Okay, so let's talk about work. So, some of you may know, but I am a nurse. And so I started this new job because I need more experience. So I work in a hospital. And like this new job, it's great. I love it. I really do. And I know it's been early. I've only been there for like 3 weeks maybe. And I am enjoying it. But boy, do I have to get used to working in a like high-paced environment. Like I said, I wanted more experience. And then so when you finally get that job that will provide you with that experience, it's like so much shock that you have to try to absorb it all. You know what I mean? And so I admit sometimes, you know, I have struggled with anxiety, high anxiety when it comes to things that I can't either absorb immediately. Okay, like let me put it like this. Like, do you remember in school when they had gifted and talented? I don't know if that still exists or not, but I was like a gifted and talented kid. And so growing up, I never had any trouble with like absorbing information. I caught on quickly the first time I was ever showed anything or I ever learned something. Like I just committed it to memory. I had no trouble learning. I was one of those kids. So then when I got older, I don't know why, but things just changed, you know, especially when you hit college. College, towards the end, I did struggle in nursing school just because I'm like, I understand the information. I think it's just a lot of information. So then going back to what I was saying earlier in this new job, I'm the kind of person, and I have to tell myself to get over this, but when I don't understand something the second it is shown to me, I get so upset with myself because I'm like, Jasmine, why don't you understand this? Just understand it. Just right now, just understand it. It's simple. But it may not be a simple concept, whatever it is. And I have to tell myself that not everything is going to always come easily to me. It is not always going to be super fathomable. Sometimes, Jasmine, you have to learn things over the course of time. You know what I mean? And so when I first started this new job, I was so upset with myself. Like the first 2 to 3 days, I was just running on pure anxiety because it was so much information, and it was information overload as well, but I just hated that I couldn't absorb any of it. And even though like my preceptor and my new coworkers were telling me that I was doing really well, I couldn't get myself to believe it. And so I did struggle with that when I first started training. So I am now coming toward the end of training. I do feel more comfortable than I did when I first started. But there are still a few things that I want to brush up on and make sure I can do comfortably before I am let go on my own. So that is something I'm going to focus on the rest of this week and do some studying outside of work. That's one thing about nursing. You do have to study outside of work. Like, it's not one of those jobs that you just leave at work. You know what I mean? Like, you go home and then you don't think about work at all. Like, no, you have to go home and like research stuff. Like, especially if you work in acute care and you come across something that you haven't seen before, you've only heard about in textbooks, or you just have never heard of ever. You literally have to go home and research that, because you are dealing with people's lives, and you do have to make sure you are providing the best care and the correct care for them, because that's someone's life is not something you want to interfere with negatively. So sometimes after work, especially during this training period, I've had to come home and do some research. But luckily, I do have some books dedicated to like critical care, emergency care, that sort of thing. So that's what I've been up to as far as work. And something I've been kind of excited about the past couple of days is that I've realized now that I can actually afford to buy some of the clothes that I like. Again, going back to nursing, if there are any of you nurses out there, you know that there's a high chance that your closet is just mostly scrubs plus loungewear to wear when you're not at work, like joggers and sweats and t-shirts. Like, it's so bad. Like, if you are asked to go out anywhere, there's a good chance you don't have something to wear, or you're gonna have to figure something out. So my wardrobe has been like that for at least 2 years. And the last time I bought like a pair of jeans has probably been about 3 years. And so the jeans that I have now, I hate to admit this, but they're like busting at the seams. Like, I have them busting at the seams because I have gained some weight since I bought those jeans, but I refused to like go out and like buy anymore, because I'm like, well, what's the point? I barely wear them anyway. Like, I don't go anywhere because I'm at work. I'm at work at least 36 hours a week, you know? And so lately I had this like invigorating obligation to like buy more clothes. And so I'm so proud of myself, but I bought like some just clothes, casual clothes to wear whenever I do go out. Because actually I have been being more social lately, which is actually good for me because I'm used to just staying inside and not doing anything. So when I go out to, you know, something, lunch or whatever, I'm like, I don't have any clothes. I have these skin tight jeans that look like they've been painted on, and I'm not that kind of person. I don't wear those kind of clothes. And so I have started kind of revamping my wardrobe, bringing more pieces in, I guess you could say, so that I have more options when it's time to actually go outside and not in scrubs. So I'm excited about that. And so I've come to a dilemma that I have had since forever. So many people may know, but I am only 5 feet tall. So when you're only 5 feet tall, you have clothing issues because you're petite, and clothes are mostly made for either average size people or tall people. They don't cater to a short folk. I don't know why. I don't know what they have against us. And so anytime I would buy jeans or pants, I would have to look for the short version of them. And not a lot of brands make the short version of pants. And so I was like, you know what? I've had enough. I'm buying a sewing machine. I'm going to tailor my pants. And I know, like, my mom was like, you can just take your pants to go get them tailored. And I'm like, okay, yeah, but I don't feel like taking my pants to the tailor every single time I get a collection of pants or a pair of pants. You know what I mean? And then I'm paying them money each time, which I know is probably not a lot. But I've always been the kind of person to where I'm like, okay, if I can learn to do it myself and it's not relatively expensive, then I'm just going to learn to do it myself. So I bought a sewing machine. I ordered it. It's not here yet. But I ordered it off Amazon. It's like a brother sewing machine. So when it gets here, I'm going to learn how to use it, and I'm going to tailor my pants. Every single pair of pants that are too long for me, I'm tailoring. Every single pair of pants that I see on the internet that are like, oh, so cute, and then it says the model in this picture is 5'9", and I'm like, what the heck? Well, guess what? I'm buying those pants because I'm going to tailor them at home. I'm sick of it. So anyway, I'm actually really excited about that. I'm so excited to learn how to hem pants. Like, I am ecstatic. And you know, I can't go without talking about my two little hoodlums, my little cats, Jupiter and Luna. I don't have much to say about them. Like right now, there's nothing crazy interesting that's happened. I do post about them every now and then. But I mean, like, I will say that I am excited to move into this new unit because I'll have like an extra room. And I know this is like probably really bougie, but before I moved to where I am now, I used to have a room dedicated to Jupiter, so he could just have his own room. Like, I know, like, that's my kid or something, but it's just my cat. But I am excited to have another room for them because they need their own space. Because I don't like trust that. Okay, while I'm asleep at night, I don't trust them to just roam the apartment because cats are smart. They know when you're not paying attention, so then they go mess with like just random stuff, and I don't trust them. So when I had an extra room, I would put them in that particular room at night or when I was gone from the apartment so that they could just mess with their stuff and not, make terror out of the whole apartment. So that is something I am looking forward to. And I know a lot of cat owners don't mind, but they have like the cat's litter boxes in their bathroom. I can't stand it because they they're just I can't do it. We can't share bathroom spaces. I'm sorry. Like, I love y'all with everything in me. I love y'all so much, but your litter box needs to not be near me. And so I just can't. So that is something I am looking forward to, is them having their own space again. I know it's bougie. I know it's weird, and I know I'll pay extra rent money for that, but whatever. I just want them to have their own space. Cute, love them, but have your own space. And I would say like the most interesting thing that's happened with them, like I wouldn't call it interesting, but it is like I don't know, like if you had to put like a little time marker in, the cat's lives, I don't know. Like Luna had a little scratch above her right eye. I guess would be like the equivalent of where their eyebrows would be. But I don't know what happened, but I'm guessing at one point they were play fighting and Jupiter, I'm assuming one of his nails like scratched her. And so it got really like red. I wouldn't say it was infected, but it was like really inflamed and everything. And I will say that had me stressed because I don't like to see them hurt, and I just want to always know that I'm taking good care of them. So I had to like doctor it at least twice a day with like this stuff I got off Amazon called, I think it's like Vitiricin, and it's like antimicrobial wound cleanser and all this stuff. So I mean, eventually it did heal. Now she just has to grow the fur back in that area, and every time I just look at her and I'm just like, I'm so sorry, even though it was probably Jupiter's fault, but I'm so sorry, that this happened to you. And she hated me cleaning it. Cats hate to be touched when they don't want to be touched. Like, they act like you're just hurting them, and I'm like, this is just wound cleanser. It's, if anything, cold. But anyway, she healed up just fine. It's not scarred. It's not scabbed over anymore. It's just the skin, but it's just needs a little fur on it now. All right, so I guess we're coming to the end of this video. I've run out of topics for this initial introductory pilot episode of Cozy Lil Chat, or whatever the title's gonna be. Who knows? But yeah, and I'm surprised this whole time I haven't had to take a nose blowing break or anything like that. So I'm very proud of myself. I'm glad my immune system finally kicked in. So let me know if y'all guys liked the format of this video, if y'all are interested in something like this. For one, I kind of enjoyed talking and just watching Stardew playing on the screen, like, while I'm talking. I've really enjoyed that. Let me know if there are any topics you'd like for me to discuss, or if y'all have any, like, starting questions, like questions that y'all want to ask me, and then I can, uh, talk about it in a video, like the next video or something like that. I think that would be really cool. Or if y'all have any game suggestions that should be playing in the background. And just so y'all know, I do have my Nintendo Switch still. I have not touched that thing since I bought it, and I feel so bad because I wanted that thing for forever. So if y'all could recommend some games on that I can, record and have playing in the background and while doing this voiceover, I think that would be pretty cool too, honestly. So any suggestions as far as topics, games, format, and like how the video is made, if anything needs to be adjusted as far as editing, anything like that, or if you just are looking forward to another video, whatever the next video will be, please let me know, because this is something I would love to do maybe in between my other gameplays, like the horror games or streams and something like that. Like, this is such an easy video to make as well. So I'm actually pretty optimistic about it. So again, any help would be appreciated. Any constructive criticism is also greatly appreciated. So I will see y'all in the next video, whether it be another one like this or on stream. So in any case, I will see y'all next time. Bye.